Okay, so hey guys, it's Alex here, YT here, and today I'm going to be continuing with Naruto had the rinne-sharingon, and I'm sorry for before how it was a 5-minute clip and then a 10-minute video on my channel. I didn't even put it through iMovie, so I couldn't combine them and then post it because I'm an idiot. And I'm not tech savvy at all. But okay. So in the last one, what happened was Naruto, while fighting Mizuki, awakened the rinne-sharingon out of his anger, and he killed Mizuki with Amaterasu. And then, after that, he got promoted to a genin. And what happened was he took the bell test, with Kakashi, and they ended up successfully getting the bells. For the test. Sakura didn't really help, but Kakashi doesn't really care. She's just, a body to throw at something anyway. So now I'm gonna say what they do is the Land of Waves. So let's get into that. So Naruto and the rest of Team 7 keep getting D-rank missions to find cats around the neighborhood and help people do chores and stuff. And they get fed up with this. Naruto thinks that Hiruzen's wasting his abilities. Especially because he basically just repped how strong his dojutsu is. So, yeah. And then what happens is Naruto walks into the Hokage's office and is like, "Hey Hiruzen, can you actually give us a somewhat challenging mission? Or at least one that takes at least a minuscule amount of effort?" And Hiruzen says he thinks because he has his dojutsu that it'd be fine, and besides they already have one of the best jonin in the village as their team leader. So anyway, what happened was Naruto he told the rest of the team that he got a mission for them, a C rank. And this makes Sasuke happy, but he doesn't show it. So, and then Sakura, she doesn't really care. She just wants to hang out with Sasuke. And that's about it. So the next day, as they're leaving for the Land of Waves, Naruto actually decides to buy ninja supplies. Because he already gets, he gets like the bare minimum from graduating. Like, he gets, I'm going to say 5 shuriken and 3 kunai. And that's just it. That's all he gets. He doesn't get no smoke bombs. So, with the money that Hiruzen gives him monthly, he decided to buy ninja supplies. Because he figures he can make it all back, with a good mission. Which, that's kind of true. He doesn't get paid very much for the D ranks, but it allows him to, not starve himself. And then he figures with the C rank mission, he'll be able to, treat himself pretty okay for at least a week or two. So he decides to grab smoke bombs, and a couple other things. And yeah. And I'm gonna say he gets like a whetstone, because if you guys have ever seen like somebody sharpening a sword on a whetstone, it's badass. Well, I don't care whether they're doing it right or not, or if their sword is even getting sharper. It just looks good. So that's what happens, and Naruto buys a whetstone, and he sharpens his kunai and shuriken, and he decides, hey, why don't I get a sword? So he buys a dual katanas. They're not very good, they're pretty decent. He figures they're only gonna last him a little while though, because they're not very good. They're just good enough, that they won't break, And so they leave, and Kakashi notices that Naruto got suited up, and he thinks, wow, maybe this kid is responsible, because he doesn't know whether Naruto showed up on time or not, and he knows that he got bad scores in the academy, but from what he heard, from what he saw, Naruto is a prodigy, from what he saw. So he figures that he'd be a really good kid, and he just didn't try or something. Like not using your talent and then ending up not being very good in something. And so they leave, and as they're walking, they notice a puddle, and this is the two demon brothers. And as they pop out, Naruto gets startled, because if I saw two grown men who are ninja jumping out of a puddle, I would be scared as heck, because I ain't into that voodoo magic. And Naruto, his rinne-sharingon activates, and I'm gonna say he uses the almighty push, and they go flying. And then Naruto's like, whoa, what the heck was that? Witchcraft, that's what it had to be. And Kakashi, he didn't even get to pretend that he got hit, Kakashi, he barely saw, and he thought that, maybe Naruto was so fast that he couldn't see it or something, but, or that's just an ability of his Kikagenkai. So that's what he does. I'm sorry for all the background noise. I'm on my bed, and yeah. So what happens is Naruto goes running forward and sees that the two Chunin are incapacitated, and Naruto's pissed. I think that's just kind of a me thing, but when somebody scares me, my immediate reaction is anger. So Naruto's pissed. He goes up to these guys, he bashes their heads on the trees, and they wake up, and they're kind of groaning, and Naruto said, "Who sent you to do this?" No, they said no one. And then Naruto took his hand and ripped off some of the flesh on his cheek. So there's kind of like a big rip in his cheek, and one of them is screaming his head off, and the other's like, "Oh my God, I don't want that to happen to me." And then, but they still don't rat them out because they know if Zabuza catches them, they're dead. I mean, like, there's nothing they're gonna be able to do. And so Naruto, he feels that he feels even angrier for them being defiant and not being obedient. And so Naruto goes to the one who's perfectly fine, and he breaks his arm, and then he snaps all of his fingers. He breaks the other arm, and then he punches him so hard in the jaw that it snaps. And not just snaps so hard the rest of it shatters. So he has a shattered jaw, 2 broken arms, and fully broken fingers and hands. And so he's like yelling in pain. And then Naruto looks at the other dude who's still in pain and says, "So, I'm going to kill your brother if you don't tell me who put you up to this." And he's like, okay. It was Zabuza, one of the 9 mist swordsmen. It's been a while since I watched the anime, dog. And so Naruto, he's like, okay. And what he does is he rips their jaws out of their body. So he's holding their bottom jaws. He throws them on the ground, sticks both of his fingers in their eyes, plucks them out, and just snaps their neck. And I don't know, if you have a vivid imagination, that might not be very fun for you. So, and then Kakashi catches up, because they were kind of wondering where the Demon Brothers went. And so they catch up and they finally see it, and they see 2 dead Chunin bodies, and they see Naruto with and Naruto, the reason why Naruto killed them is because he had, he was kind of in his bloodlusted state, which is like Kyuubi eyes. But for him, it was just the eyes. His nails didn't really grow out. And also, like, bro, poor Naruto. He's got to snip his nails like every day, man, because he's got these long fox nails, and they don't even have clippers. I don't know how this man does it. He must like bite them off or something. And then so anyway, what Naruto does is he looks at Kakashi, and Kakashi's like, "Whoa, damn! Calm down, brother. Calm down." And then he starts calming down because he sees Sakura, and he still likes her. He knows he's not like dumb anymore about it. Because in canon, he was just dumb. He didn't even know she was being a bitch. Like, he just thought that was how it's supposed to be. But now he realizes that, dude, Sakura's an a-hole, dog. Like, why would... I mean, he sees her as hot, and he's like, I mean, she hot. So, and then, he just likes her for that. And so, Sakura throws up, and Sasuke, he turns around, and he almost throws it up, but he holds it in. And it's not because he hasn't seen this type of thing before, because he has with the massacre of his own clan, but it's just seeing it once again, a gruesome murder, he's not a big fan, because normally it's like, you cut their throat or something. Nah, this man straight made him look like a World War II zombies. That game. I think it was by Activision, actually. Yeah. Anyway, looking like the jawless one, And so this is like a gruesome murder. All Naruto needs to do is like scalp him, and then there you go. You got pretty much the most painful death there can be. I think that'd be worse than burning. But anyway, what happens is Kakashi's surprised, and he knows Naruto's Minato's son. He knows that. He always has. It's just, honestly, he didn't really care before. He's like, whoop-de-doop-de-doo. He's a murderer? Well, I don't care. And so, he just, yeah. And Kakashi, he just asks if he got any information, and Naruto said that they're working for Zabuza, who is further working for Gato. And he said that Zabuza has another person with him who has a white and red mask. And so Naruto is just he's kind of proud at himself because he did something right, but he's also kind of ashamed and disgusted with himself because he just murdered 2 people gruesomely. And Kakashi's like, okay. And then, so they start walking, and Naruto, with his sensory abilities, he hears something, and it's a rabbit. So he turns on his Kekkei, and then he senses something else because he has better sensory abilities when it's on. He senses Zabuza's sword. So he just jumps up, and he clasps his hands together, and then he swings down, and it goes right on the front of Zabuza's sword, and it breaks off the tip of Zabuza's sword, and then Zabuza goes flying into a tree face first. Like, this hurt a man. He's not in very good shape. And I'm gonna say Haku's not there yet. Because he's just trying to find where Zabuza went, because he kind of just left him. And so he followed. And so what happened is Zabuza, he gets up and calls, he's like, hey, little brat, because we got to keep it family friendly, PG-13 on this, PG on this channel, hee. And so what happens is he tries to blitz Naruto, and Naruto can't really keep up with the speed, just because, Sasuke could perceive, Gaara's attacks doesn't mean he could dodge them, So he sees what's gonna happen, and he knows he can't dodge that. And this is a bare fist attack, and it's a reinforced punch, reinforced with chakra. And he doesn't have a sword because fell onto the ground, and it's broken. And I know that's the ability of the executioner blade to heal itself, but like there's no blood. There's absolutely no blood around it. Not Naruto's, not Zabuza's. Yes, like Zabuza got it cut on his cheek, but even if you look at like every single anime cheek cut, bro, it goes like down 2 inches and then it just don't move. They literally move, like thousands of miles per hour. Like, not even joking, because they're just that strong. And then straight, they still got the blood mark. Like, the blood didn't evaporate or nothing. I just don't think science is very happy. And anyway, so Naruto, he straight takes his legs and kicks him out forward towards where Zabuza's leg will be. And Zabuza, who's about a step closer, basically kicks him in the shins, in the back of the heels. And Naruto gets him in the shins. And so Zabuza, he's feeling that. He's got a crack in his bone. Not just, an ordinary, oh, dude, that really hurt. It's an actual crack, like something you go to the hospital for. Granted, not the emergency room, but you get what I mean. And so, Naruto, he breaks Zabuza's chin, and Zabuza, he gets a mouthful of dirt. And so, dude, Naruto, he's feeling offended. Like, you dare touch me, you piece of trash? You dare get dirt on my clothes, you absolute trash? So he takes the executioner's blade, which it still works. Like, it's not completely broken, just the tip. The tip is broken. And that's basically that's 8 inches worth of blade. Which is still a lot, but dude, this man literally has he has a 5-foot long sword. And so, yeah. And Naruto, he puts it on the ground with the sharp side facing up. So one of the sharp sides is going in the ground, the other sharp side is going upwards. And he puts Zabuza's face on it, and Zabuza, he holds his head up, and Naruto just curb stomps him. And the entire top of his head just cuts off. And then his brain just falls out. And Haku sees this because he just arrived. Because normally, it took this long just for Zabuza to start the fight because he was doing this stupid talking. And then he just arrived and he's infuriated. He throws Senbon, but Naruto notices with his rinne-sharingon and he puts his arm up and it just hits him in the arm. And it goes kind of deep, but he puts it on the side of his arm. So, there's no, arteries. Well, there's some arteries because, it hurts, but it's not if you hit, it's like cutting yourself on your fingertip versus cutting yourself on your arm. Cutting yourself on your fingertip, even with a smaller cut, hurts a lot more compared to cutting yourself on the arm with a bigger cut. So, he doesn't really care too much. It's making him bleed a little. And then, so, Kakashi, he's stunned about the fact that he killed Zabuza. And I know I haven't mentioned Tazuna, but dude, Tazuna hasn't really done anything. He saw that Naruto had a sword, and Sasuke looked emo, and then they thought that the pink-haired girl was just support in case the strong ones get hurt. So he didn't really care. And then, when the Demon Brothers happened, he didn't even notice. And he didn't really even see what happened to the Demon Brothers because this man needs glasses, and his glasses ain't prescription. So he couldn't really see it very well. But now he sees it and he's like, God damn. How in the heck does this kid do it? I thank God I didn't screw with him. And Kakashi's like, I can handle this one. So what happens is, now Kakashi goes and tries to fight Haku. And Haku, he just goes straight to Demon Ice Crystal mirrors. And so Kakashi, he can dodge the Senbon. Like, he can dodge it. Because here's the thing. He just straight whips out the Sharingan. Because he throws, he dodges some of the Senbon and grabs it as he dodges it, and he throws it at Haku, and Haku's in one of the mirrors, so he's safe. And you gotta remember, one, Kakashi is really experienced. Two, he has a better Sharingan than Sasuke, and Sasuke did pretty okay. And then he has like 3 Tomoe in one of his eyes, and I think that's equivalent to like that's pretty good. So I think that's better than Haku. So he can see her, and he has the experience and practice to actually be able to dodge. And what Kakashi does is he tries to use a fireball jutsu on the Demon Ice Crystal mirrors, and they melt a little bit, because Kakashi ain't weak. Like, sure, 8 Gates guy will clap his cheeks in a second, but brother. And anyway, so Kakashi, he just he does that, and then he decides to pour a bunch of chakra into one attack, and he does it in the Demon Ice Crystal mirrors melt. And then so as it melts, Haku turns from being in an ice mirror to being in just a water bottle. And then he gets out because what's he gonna do in a water bottle, huh? So then he gets out. They try to fight, and Kakashi claps his cheeks. Don't worry about it. And he questions him about the Gato situation. I'm sorry, I'm doing that, but he questions him on the Gato situation, and he gets no answer. And then Kakashi says, "Fine, I guess you'll die without helping your village." Oh. Give me a sec. It's gonna take me a while. There. And so what happens is he kills Haku, and then they escort Tazuna to his house, and then Kakashi, he wants to train the team, because he still has energy, but he gives Naruto a break because he clapped Zabuza's cheeks. And since Naruto killed Zabuza, and his blood leaked all over the blade. I forgot the name. Zabuza's blade. Yeah. Executioner's blade, yeah. And then it gets healed, and then Naruto picks it up and thinks, damn, this is pretty good. So he does that, and he picks it up and puts it on his back. So he has one big sword and two little small swords. And the reason he hasn't used his two katanas, they're not little swords. They're each like, is 3 foot long the average length for a katana? Whatever the average length for a katana is, he has 2 of them. But he doesn't know how to use them. You know, all he knows is pokey pokey, stabby stabby, slashy slashy too. Okay, you know, in just a sword battle, he'd still get his cheeks clapped by Sasuke. Like, if I'm talking just swords, no, like, you know, rinne-sharingon. Because if we're talking, you know, Kekkei Genkai, dude, Naruto would clap Sasuke's cheeks so fast. And, you know, Naruto would just parry and then straight cut his head off. Because, bro, sword fights in real life, they don't last that long. They don't last like 7 minutes. They last like, you know, 30 seconds, if that. That's just fact, dog. And so, yeah, that happens. And so, yeah. And so, anyway, the next day they practice tree walking. Naruto gets it down pretty quick. Oh, and I forgot to say, Naruto has the Shadow Clone Jutsu. I'm leaving a lot of the stuff out because I have no script and I'm a stupid dummy head. Okay. But, yeah. So, now, he, I'm yawning a lot. And so now, he tries water walking, and he gets it after a couple tries. And so, yeah. And so what happens is, Naruto, he asked Kakashi to teach him how to use swords. And Kakashi was in the Anbu, and so he knows how to use sword skills and stuff. You know, because, you know how he did the 1,000 Years of Death in canon? Well, there's a move in the Anbu called 10,000 Years of Death, which is a sword style that's super deadly. So if he even made that connection, that means he had to know about it. And if he knows about it, that in itself, even just knowing about it, means he's pretty good at swords. You know, because this is something that, you know, a beginner can't pick up. You know, and I'm not just talking using. Like, you don't understand even how to use it. You know, like, you swing sword this way or that way. So, yeah. And then, so Kakashi teaches him. Naruto, he starts practicing with a shadow clone when Kakashi can't teach him. And he realizes, wait, what if I put a shadow clone up against a shadow clone? And he's like, damn, I'm getting experience for this too. I can learn faster. So Naruto, he just musters up all of the chakra he can muster. And he just starts practicing. Well, his physical body takes a break because why would you want to have your body worn out and your chakra worn out when there's a fight tomorrow or in a couple days? That's just dumb. So he's going to take this time to recover his chakra and, you know, rest his body. And so, also, he made shadow clones of the sword, too. They don't have the actual ability of the sword, but they're, replicas. So, this happens for the next couple days. Naruto practices his sword skills, and then he practices chakra control. Because Kyuubi still ain't nice, dog. Kyuubi ain't nice. He got, I think it's Yang. I think a Yang is the black one. And I think the black one's supposed to be, evil. And I don't know. I'm talking about the yin-yang symbol. Anyway. Whatever. And so, yeah, Naruto does that. Naruto practices chakra control mainly. But it's still not that good. It's only because he has a Kekkei. That's the only reason that his chakra control isn't complete ass. And so this all happens, and then at the end of the week, Naruto tells Tazuna goodbye. Well, Naruto tells Tazuna's family goodbye. And I'm pretty sure there's a kid with him, in that house, but I don't care about him. He might as well not even be in the story. I don't think he's even ever mentioned again. And then, yeah, so I'm sorry for always yawning. I'm almost done with this part anyway. And so what happens is Naruto and Tazuna, they go up to the bridge. They see Gato's men. And Gato says, I guess you killed them. Those weaklings. Because Gato, he knows he's not as strong as Zabuza. But he can throw so many bodies at a problem. Says what he does. He throws bodies at a problem. He uses his entire army. You know what Naruto does? He doesn't even use shadow clones. He just takes 3 slashes with his executioner's blade, and he does the anime slash, where it's basically he slashes 3 feet in length, but then it turns out cutting down an entire battlefield. So he cuts it, left, right, left, and then everybody is cut down except for Gato. And he goes up to Gato, and then he's like, say your prayers. And then what he does is he takes off his glasses, and then he rips out his hair. And since he ripped out all of his hair, some of his scalp peeled up. And what Naruto does is he stomps on his legs so they break. Then he grabs the little bit of loose scalp, pulls it apart, basically turns him inside out, punches him so hard in the skull that it goes right to the inside of his skull and crushes his brain. Then he rips his head in half, into pieces. And since the skull is brittle, it just breaks into pieces. And then Naruto, he takes his dead, lifeless body and kicks it so hard in the gut that all of its bones break, and then it flies into the ocean. And, everybody there is thinking, why is this man so overkill? And, yeah, so this happens. And then when Naruto goes back to the village, Kakashi explains that, what Naruto did. And Hiruzen's like, well, if he took out Zabuza, he must be in the bingo book. And bingo book is just, dangerous ninja, from certain villages. There's rogue ninja who have, it's the strongest ninja out there. And it doesn't have any of the Akatsuki members because, they're a secret organization, but it has, the strongest, people in the shinobi world in it. And it only has 100 people. The Naruto is 99th place. Okay, for taking out Zabuza. And so, Naruto's like, hell yeah. And since it's a B rank mission, he gets paid good money. Okay, like enough to live pretty well for a month. Which, on top of the allowance he gets, plus the missions he's gonna be doing anyway, that's like what an average Jonin makes. You know? And, Jonin don't make a lot, but they're not broke. You don't see Kakashi in a little, 300 square foot little hut. You see him in a nice place. So yeah. And then so Naruto goes home, and you know what? He decides to tidy up, and he throws away all his crap, and then he fixes up his house, buys groceries, and then he sharpens all of his tools, and he buys a new jumpsuit, and it's I'm gonna say a black and gray like sweatshirt, and then some black pants, and then he dyes his hair. I'm gonna say to like dark brown, because bro, yellow is such a vibrant color, and Naruto's not a vibrant person. Vibrant people don't gruesomely murder people, even if they are enemy ninja. They like slit their throats, not turn them into Mortal Kombat. And so, yeah. So that's gonna be it for this part. If you want me to tone down the murder, or how the detail goes in the murder, just tell me. If you have any tips, want me to kill Sakura, for example. Dude, I get comments. I actually get comments about that, and like, I agree with them so much. Kill Sakura. But if you guys want me to kill Sakura, I'll do so. Kill the uselessness, and then, yeah. If you want me to do any other series, just tell me. Oh God. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, and also, I'm going to be doing what if Naruto had like, I forget his name, but he's like from like H.P. Lovecraft's like thing. I've never read him. All I know is that apparently he's really strong, and then H.P. Lovecraft was like a racist. That's all I know. So I'm gonna read up more on him. I know you guys are. I know it's really vague, but I mean, yeah, that's kind of how it ends up being. That's how I make my what ifs. I know absolutely dog crap about it, but I still talk about it. So anyway, have a good day, have a good night. I don't care. And I guess peace.